Oh, nothing that I don't do constantly because we're constantly being exposed to atmospheric pollution to some extent. But the idea of special detoxing, the body is set up with enzymes specifically to detoxify not only things that we produce and want to get rid of safely, but also any junk that comes in associated with our food or air or water. Our brain contains a detoxifying system. The main system is in the liver, in which enzymes attach if the liver is well energized and maintained in a functional, adequate thyroid condition. The liver it has the energy to attach a form of sugar, glucuronic acid, to molecules that otherwise wouldn't be water soluble, and to put other oily things into the bile for secretion through the intestine, and also to attach sulfuric acid to oil soluble things to make them water soluble and leave the body through the urine. And if you de-energize your liver even momentarily, all of the toxins that have been safely held out of danger's way, kept quiet in your fat tissue and your bone tissue in particular. If you're stressed by hunger or other stresses, the falling blood glucose turns on the process that releases metals from your bones and oil-soluble toxins from your fats. And so fasting is the surest way to expose yourself to more intense toxicity. Carbohydrates, keeping your blood sugar up, and basic good nutrition that keeps your liver in an optimal condition. That's what detoxifies. It makes your brain and liver have enough energy to totally knock out and excrete any of the toxins that reach it. But the toxins are going to reach it more slowly and gradually if you aren't disturbing your blood sugar and causing them to be released from your fat and bones.
Okay, let's talk about this a little bit because I love his answer here. Because when you go down the rabbit hole of parasite cleanses, mold cleanses, heavy metal detoxes, man, it gets wild out there. So, besides the fact of like you have to basically turn off your life for several days at a time, sometimes for months, you have to fork over hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars for all of these things. I love his first answer, at least. There may be some extreme cases, of course, out there, but for the vast majority of people, to aim at the organ that God already gave us, that's job is to do this very thing. Why wouldn't we at least start there and do that very well? This is the liver's job, and it can do the job if we don't overburden it. So the question maybe is, well, why is this seeming so difficult for us these days? Why these days is it so hard? And that would be because of our modern toxins. We, in so many ways, have overburdened our livers to an impossible task of detoxifying all these toxins. So we're talking about things not only in our food, primarily PUFAs, the polyunsaturated fats in our diet, but also everything from our clothing, things we put on our body, the things we put on our skin, lotions, soaps, shampoos. I mean, all the things, all the plastics in our environment, you could just go on and on. The liver is absolutely overwhelmed right now in our modern context. So how then can we get that back? Well, the thyroid is key. Once again, here's the thyroid. It is key because if your metabolism is low or slow or sluggish, then guess what? Your liver is not going to be able to do its job of detoxifying well. So some of those things, just to reemphasize, when we fast, when we do low carbohydrate diets, it's going to be serving to de-energize our liver. Again, not helping with detoxification when we do things like fast or we do, low carb diets and need stress hormones to pick up the blood sugar drops. All right. So, if you were to just take away a phrase, if you can strengthen your liver, you will be able to strengthen your ability to detoxify. So hopefully that's helpful to relieve some of you of the wild rabbit holes that you can go down when you talk about parasites, mold, or heavy metals. Okay, we'll see you next time.